Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I've got some replays in the T71 CMCD, which is an American Tier 7 light tank, well one of them anyway. There's this one, and there's the T71 DA as well, which is the auto-loading variant of this tank basically, and is also the old different Tier 7 variant. Back in the day, it used to be the Bulldog at Tier 7 and the T71, and they were the two split, and then when they changed the light tanks, moved the Bulldog up to Tier 8, they added another light tank, which was this one, and changed the DA. What the current Lycan is, the premium tank, premium Halloween tank, that is what the old T71 was, and which is why that they've given it the matchmaking it's got, so that it can never be top tier, basically, because, yeah, it's what the old tank was like, where it used to see +3. So I've been grinding this tank on Dirt Diggler, because I've not got it bought on my main account, and I've not played it on my main account, because I went through this line a very long time ago. Again, the American Lights were my first light tank line. That was the first line I ever went down. So I got the Bulldog, played the Bulldog, unlocked the T49, and then fell in love with Dirt Light Tank, because, you know, T49 is just the most fun you'll have. Well, it was, and then they brought the Tusk out, but that's another story. So this T71 CMCD is actually a very good tank. It's got 145 pen on its APCR and 210 on its heat. Its accuracy is alright. The one thing I always find it lets me down a little bit is its turret rotation. The turret rotation can be limiting, especially when you're trying to circle someone or someone's moving awkwardly, because you outturn yourself a lot. Like you'll see there where I make a little sharp turn, the turret just can't keep up with me. Now this LCG's deciding he wants to brawl, and yeah, I'm again making awkward turns, which makes this really awkward. And yeah, in these situations when you're in a light tank brawl like this, I mean, you want to listen to someone like Turkey Tank when he says, don't auto-aim these fights, because it will very rarely go right. This guy's been auto-aiming this fight. That's what he's doing right now, and for the most part, he's missed most of his shots. It makes it very, very hard to, like, to basically hit them, because the shots will just fly behind where they were. Unless you are, like, directly behind someone following them, it's best not to do it. So we've got rid of the light tank, and this IS is not AFK. I guess he's just taking the punishment and he's not bothered. Yeah, he's out of here. So currently, you know, this game's been quite quick so far. We're up to 1700 damage. It does seem to do quite well with hitting shots on the move at times. It must have quite a good dispersion on the move, because I do find that I do hit quite a lot of shots in it. It tends to miss quite a lot when it's fully aimed, which is really annoying. And it struggles against tank like the IS at distance, because the APCR just doesn't have the pen. I mean, number one, it's got the pen drop off. So by the time I've fired over the 300 meters that IS is, the pen's like nothing, and it's just not good enough. But for the amount of Tier 9 games you get at Tier 7 as well, that's why I carry half and half rounds, because the 145 pen is not enough to deal with a lot of Tier 9s. So it's nice to have the backup that I know that half of my rounds can deal with the Tier 10s, half of my rounds can deal with the, you know, whatever else I face. And, you know, that was a stupid shot to take, because I think I didn't realise at this point, until that point, I only had heat left. So this is going to be quite a troublesome fight as well, because of where we are in this, like, whatever you want to call it, really, little town, village, yeah, village, in the middle of Nom. There's just so much destructible cover, which makes the heat rounds really awkward, and the fact that half of these buildings are destructible and half of them aren't, which just is really weird. Like, you either make them all destructible or none at all, because it just makes moving around in this place very hard to judge. So right now, I'm pretty confident I can kill this Tiger P, basically, if I keep outmaneuvering him. I knew I could take a hit or two from him. Luckily, his second shot hit the building in front of him because he panicked it a little bit. So right now I'm being looked at, so I'm staying behind this wall because I'm hoping that this person doesn't know that the wall's destructible and will shoot through it. And luckily they get shut down. Managed to get a shot or two into this void check, and luckily he gets shut down by one of my teammates as well. Now we've got the Black Prince and the RT left to deal with. And this Black Prince seems very keen on me. He's popping shot out currently at this heavy tank on the distance, so I'm just trying to swivel around. And it's me, so I'm going to go in on him, because at this point there's only 2 tanks left. I'm pretty confident with what we've got left, they're going to deal with the Black Prince tonight. So, like I say, I'm way too over-aggressive a lot of the time. And I like to try stupid stuff to see if I can get away with it, or just get an extra shot in. If I can get an extra shot in and possibly, like, you know, get away with something, I will. But then, if you drive like that, you're never going to get anywhere and have a little bit of soapy rock issues. Mostly my fault, whether I should not have driven like that. I didn't expect him to turn round, though. He fully turned to come after me, but there you go. So that was an ace tanker in it. I've got the high caliber Confederate, 3.7k damage, which is always nice in a tank that does 150 on average. Top damage dealer on the team by quite a way there. The hit rate, to be fair, firing 45 and hitting 32 for saying that a lot of the shots I fired there were on the move is not bad. That's actually quite a good hit rate. So we're on to the second replay now on Lakeville, and again, me being the over-aggressive type in every way, if I'm not aggressive and I don't play it, then and I don't play like that, then there's something wrong. I will always go for the stupidly aggressive play to try it. But not like stupidly aggressive where you know it's not going to work, you just YOLO in. Like, more like the aggressive type that will always work, but it's incredibly risky. Like, this position from that spawn is so risky, because the chance of YOLO is very, very high. Because this position is far better for their spawn. Because those in the red cap to us now are basically, if they go to where I am now, they're completely covered from my team. They can stay behind that rock and not get shot at. So right now I'm spotting them up, pumping shots, and I'm kind of hoping that people would be shooting them, but no one is. If you don't get YOLO'd in this position, generally you can get a lot of spotting, and your assistance damage in this can be like really good. So I like to come here a lot, especially from the other side. The other side is the best place for this. If you see someone on the enemy team from the southern spawn rush this position, if you're in something that's got good view range, is quick, and probably could take a hit or two and be, get good damage out, it's probably best to rush the person in this position, get rid of them, because they are going to be a nuisance for your team that goes towards the town, because they will spot them all. And this might happen as well, where like what these guys are doing now, where they've completely been consumed by me. They're not bothering with the town now. They've decided, you know what? No, we want to get rid of this guy. So this T50-2 is now on his way in, which is dangerous because it's a 50. The rate of fire on that tank is just fierce, but he screws up massively. He just gets out though, luckily for him. And the Stug thinks he's safe, but he's really not. And we shut him down nicely. So everything that's gone towards their town, towards the town, sorry, is pretty much getting wrecked. They're mostly dead. A lot of them have pushed the valley, which can be an okay meta. It depends on the tanks you've got, but it's not the best way to push this map, because it's very easily defended. It's a good way to lose a lot of your hit points and not get anything done, basically. If you push the valley, you want to win the valley and then push back to your own base. Because right now, if it was anyone basically, if it was anyone other than me, we win this fight. We're winning this fight quite easily. We shut down these guys, and if it was anyone that wasn't me, they'd probably sit in their cap, and they've won easily. But it's me. I don't really cap, to be honest. So I'm now going to go and chase the rest of them, because I mean they're easily killable. I'm hoping to get Artie out, because they usually hide in this corner, but they don't seem to be here. No. So there's only one place they could have run off to if we've not spotted them anywhere, and that's down the valley. So we're going to go and get behind this Tiger 217 and whatever the other medium tank is, and try and find the arty as well. I think it's a big top. Yeah, it's a big top. So we're going to get behind these guys, hopefully get shots in the rear, put more pressure upon them. And we have found the arty as well, so that'll be nice. Hopefully we can shut that down. I mean, currently we're doing quite well. Really, from that push, I'd be expecting far more than 1,000 spotting. And most of it wasn't half of it wasn't spotting. There's a lot of tracking in that as well, unfortunately. But yeah, on the move, we managed to shoot the arty nicely. And we've got the big top now in the side, who, you know, he's got lots of people in front of him, but decides to turn for me, obviously. And we managed to keep popping shots in. I know I can take a hit from him, so it's an easy decision to keep taking the risk to poke and shoot him. We take the hit. Unfortunately, he hit the floor there. I mean, that's just unlucky. And then, again, he just decides I'm taking the hit, and then we managed to get a final shot into the Tiger 217 from behind. And just like it was a quick game on Lakeville. But, like I say, that position at E4 is a very powerful position to catch. And you can do a lot from there, especially if you have shooters. So we end that one with another high caliber ace tanker. You know, quite a nice game. Typical game really for Lakeville. Again, me and the Challenger did quite a lot more than everyone else. We managed to carry that one to victory, luckily enough. Yeah, that was a nice game. And this is the final replay we've got, and we're on Kasserine. Kasserine Assault, so they're attacking us. It's not... This game mode is not really one that I've managed to work out, because it's another map of completely depends on what the enemy team does, because some games they push one way and then others they don't. It really confuses me, like what happens, why people decide to push different ways in different games or on the same map. Like, I've had the experience where a lot of people push from the 3 spawn down here, down the A line. But then I've had a lot of games where like one tank does it and all the others push round to the, drive all the way around to the 1 spawn and push up that way. Like this position I'm in now is a good position to spot everything that spawns at 3 and see where most of them are going. The really fast mediums you won't spot, but you can usually spot the slow moving TDs and that tend to spawn there as well. So like I'm keeping these guys lit up at the minute, trying to pop shots where I can, get a nice one into that stug. You got to be careful of that SU because that's going to hurt if it hits you. I mean, he could be firing HE, in which case, if he pens me, he'll one-shot me. He could be firing the AP, which, from the Tech Tree SU-152, I wouldn't recommend. It's only 130 pen. Or he could be firing the 250 heat pen that thing gets for 700 alpha, which, by the way, is completely filthy. It's great. So yeah, so really I've spotted everything. This T20 seems to be quite isolated. There's a TD chasing me now that I've just spotted for the first time. So I'm just ducking and dodging and weaving. I'm determined I'm going to get this T20 because he is the only medium over here. And if we get him out, number 1, it's an easy farm. Number 2, get him out. We can put pressure on. And he's a derp gun T20. So that's even more dangerous for us. So luckily he gets shut down. Now I'm going to play a bit of Peekaboo Ridgeline with the Hellcat, which doesn't look like it has the 90mm. It looks like it's got the 76. So we're going to pump some shots into him. There's also an M6 with him, who we're going to try and put some shots into. And we're bounced on that one, unfortunately. But it's just trying to get as many shots in as possible as quick as we can, while they're still sat there. And now that they've pulled back, hopefully, yeah, we'll get lucky with that one. Thank you, RNG, for blessing us with that kill. And now they're gone, we can move on. We spot the 1357, which, if played by someone who's good, is very dangerous because it can rip us apart with that clip that it's got. I tend to not have too much luck with the clip, though, in terms of chasing down other light tanks, because it tends to just it's not very good at sort of being against scouts generally. I find. That M6 now comes to say hi, but he misses, fortunately for us. So RT hits him at the same time, and we shut him down. And the 1357 has decided that we're the ones we want. So right now we're just going to pop some shots in. Unfortunately missed that one, badly aimed really. And he's not going to be able to kill us. He's missed too many shots now. We break his turret, and this is where auto-aiming is quite nice, because he was sitting still. He's not moving to the best we can, and we're so close that the APCR rounds are always going to hit him on the move. So we don't need to lead it all that much. So we shut him down. We're now on to the next target. This SU-152 looks like the one we want. There's also a heavy tank, the ONI, we can go for if we can't shoot the SU. We can two birds with one stone really, because we can push up to a position where we can shoot this ONI, but at the same time get shots at the ass of this SU. So like this. And now I've realised I've run out of APCR again, which means I'm not going to pen the side of an SU-152. We get a shot into his butt, we break his engine, and we hopefully can shut him down. Yep, luckily get for that. We've noticed the ONI doesn't have the dirt gun, so he can't one-shot me, which is nice. He does have 300 alpha, but he's not going to be able to shut us down now. And we shut him down. That's a top gun secured. There's only the TD and the RT left. Well, there's the T25. We track him up on the ridge, luckily. Put one into him again. And we managed to shut him down too. And that's the 7th kill of the game. And there's just the RT left, but we've got a medium tank chasing him down. So he's probably not going to last very much longer. And this game has been very nice for us, really. We've been managed to run about like a lunatic, get a lot of damage off. Not much spotting, but there wasn't really much chance for that. It was all too close to everyone, really, to get anything. So we finished that game with 3.5k damage, 736 spotting, and 7 kills. Very, very good game for this tank. 19k XP, nicely. We've got a high caliber ace tanker, devastator, metal top gun, and it's a generally nice tank. I like this tank. This is quite a nice tier 7 light tank generally. It's quite a lot of fun to play. 2k base XP, which is nice. So yeah, 38 out of 30 again. Quite a lot of shots on the move, quite a lot of fully aimed, quite a lot not fully aimed, and we still hit quite a lot. I say it's a nice tank. It behaves quite well, and it's one that's well worth picking up. So, like as always, thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you next time.